What if the breakthrough you're waiting for is already in your hands? What if the change you crave isn't some distant dramatic event, but something subtle, already within your reach? Big wins aren't always loud. Sometimes the most important moments arrive quietly, almost unnoticed, like the first light of dawn slipping through your window. Sometimes they start with a whisper, a gentle nudge, a fleeting thought, a feeling that maybe, just maybe, something could be different. One small decision can change the entire direction of your life. It's not always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's about the courage to take a single, tiny step. Kai wasn't trying to change the world. He wasn't searching for a revolution or waiting for a sign from the universe. He just wanted to stop feeling stuck. He wanted to feel alive again, to wake up with a sense of purpose instead of dread. Every day looked the same. Snooze button, mindless scrolling, work, overthinking, sleep, repeat. The routine was comfortable, but it was also suffocating, like living on autopilot. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't fulfilling either. There was a quiet ache, a longing for something more, even if he couldn't name it. One night he looked in the mirror and asked himself, is this the life I meant to live? Is this all there is, or could there be something more waiting for me? It wasn't a crash. There was no dramatic breakdown, no sudden crisis. It was a slow unraveling, a gradual fading of color from his days, a quiet erosion of joy. His spark had dimmed, passions faded, dreams shelved. The things that once made him feel alive now gathered dust. But the moment that changed everything? It wasn't dramatic. It was almost invisible to anyone else. It was a single sticky note written at 2:12 a.m. in the quiet hush of the night when the world was asleep. It simply said, just 1% better, a tiny promise to himself, a commitment to try, even if only a little. And that became his mission. Not perfection, not overnight change, just a small, steady improvement. Still doubts crept in. Will this even matter? Could something so small really make a difference? Is this too small to make a difference? He almost quit, again. The voice of self-doubt was loud, telling him to give up before he'd even begun. But something in him whispered, keep going. Even the smallest step forward is still progress. Kai didn't overhaul his life. He didn't throw everything away or start from scratch. He just stacked small wins, one on top of the other, like building blocks, each one barely noticeable on its own. He drank one more glass of water. A simple act, but a promise kept. He spent 10 minutes journaling instead of scrolling. He gave his mind space to breathe, to reflect, to dream. He walked barefoot in the grass to remind himself he was alive. He let the earth ground him, even for a moment. He replaced self-judgment with self-curiosity. Instead of asking, what's wrong with me? He wondered, what's possible for me? Little by little, the fog cleared. His energy returned, the world seemed brighter, possibilities closer. His purpose came back into focus. He started to remember what it felt like to hope, to care, to try. It didn't happen all at once, but it did happen. Growth is slow, but it's real. Because small changes, done consistently, become powerful transformations. The little things add up, quietly, until one day you realize you're not the same person you were before. You don't need to burn it all down to start again. You don't need to erase your past to create your future. You don't need to be perfect to move forward. Progress is messy, and that's okay. You just need to start small, steady, real. The tiniest step is still a step. Drink more water. Give yourself a moment of care. Take a deep breath. Let it fill you with possibility. Say something kind to yourself. Just for today. You deserve your own encouragement. Big wins are born in quiet moments. The world may not notice, but you will. This is your reminder. Even the smallest effort matters. It's working. You're growing. Keep going. You're further than you think. What's one small thing you'll do today for yourself? What's your 1%? Say it with me. Small steps, big impact. Every journey begins with a single simple action. If this reminded you of your power, share it with someone else who needs to hear it. You never know whose life you might change with a tiny shift.